You ever have one of those days that goes from bad to worse and then you fix it? Stay tuned. So if you've ever jammed your 3D printer, then you probably have an idea where this video is going today. But I want to just start by saying I really wish I had taken pictures throughout the whole process. As it is, I was very fortunate that I have a security camera in this room. I have the security camera because I like to watch that guy when I'm at work. So the camera is aimed in here because, as you can see, this is his favorite room just as much as it's my favorite room. And sometimes I just turn the camera on to see him. Now, before you ask, no, I am not going to start live streaming Benny on the camera. So anyway, enough about the security camera. All the screenshots you are going to be seeing were pictures that I pulled from the phone app's footage. So the quality is not going to be the greatest because, again, it is a phone app and a screenshot, and then I'm putting it up here in the corner as I'm talking about it. But it's there. Really awesome that I had it, though. Really excited about this. Friday night, I wanted to print some stuff, and I'm going to show you what I was printing because you're going to laugh at me, and it's okay. I don't mind. So I have these Tupperwares, and I'm going to be doing some raffles for the American Cancer Society. In fact, if you would like to make a donation, the link is down below in the description of today's video. I am raising money for the American Cancer Society as a fundraiser so that I can run my first marathon, the New York Marathon. I have a nice little holder in the Tupperware so that you can take your tickets and drop them in. The reason I have this is because if you look at the Tupperware, it is a really nasty looking hole that I cut. I tried my hardest, but let's face it, this plastic is not easy to cut. So I made these nice little hold covers so that it looks nice and clean when I'm doing the raffle. So that's what I was printing. As I'm changing the color of the filament, it won't go in. Alright, so first thing I did obviously is I took that T-shaped metal pin, stuck it in, didn't clear it, whatever jam it was. So what do we all do when we have problems these days? We turn to YouTube! Followed some directions on YouTube and ended up taking the entire top part of the printer apart. I unscrewed, I disconnected cables, took the whole thing apart. Could not clear the jam. So then I saw directions on how to take the nozzle off. Could not clear the jam. Kept going, kept trying. Thought I pretty much destroyed the printer at this point. Well, Saturday morning, I went over to Micro Center. Micro Center, for those of you that don't live near one, is kind of like a Radio Shack meets Walmart. Seriously, that's the best way I could describe it. It is the most amazing computer technology store, and I am so fortunate to have one here very close to me in Philly. I grew up near one in New York and did not realize it was a franchise until I moved to Philly and there's one here. I really thought it was the one location in New York growing up. So anyway, I went to Micro Center. I went directly to their maker department. Shh. Yes, they have a maker department. That is how cool this store is. And I actually brought the heating element from my printer because, as you're going to see in the pictures, I took the whole printer apart. Well, unfortunately, they did not have the part, so I did start looking at buying a new printer. They're not crazy expensive, but really did not want to purchase one right now. So went home to do some research because I didn't want to just shell out the money without making sure their recommendation really was the best model for me. After I got home, I continued to fidget with the pieces I had from this printer. Notice the printer's running right now. I don't know what I did, but it's working again. Alright, so I do kind of know what I did, and that's what I want to talk to you about, is I didn't give up. The guy at Micro Center had his heat gun, and he tried to loosen the nozzle to get the clog out. Unfortunately, it didn't work. But when I came home, I kept fidgeting with it because I was just so frustrated that the printer's only 2 years old. First time it ever jammed, it could not have jammed that bad to break the whole thing in one jam. It finally loosened and I was able to get the clog out, which is really interesting. The clog was actually like black gunk, and I don't have any black filament. I have purple, I have green, I have pink. I don't have any black. So I'm not really sure where the gunk came from, but I got it out. So the next thing I did was put the whole thing back together, put every screw back in place, put every cable back in place, and I have an extra screw. I'm not positive where it came from, but the printer's working, so we're not going to question where that extra screw came from right now. Now for the next problem. The printer's back together. I turn it on. I put some filament in. It melts through. It's working! Until I go to do the first print. I could hear this weird grinding noise because the nozzle was legitimately grinding the platform. Alright, easy fix. Re-level the platform, right? 2 days later, countless number of YouTube videos, posts on Twitter asking for people's help, still can't get the level leveled. My friend Janice sent me one more YouTube video, and somehow it was the magic touch. This video said to put a piece of cardstock on the platform before leveling. It also said to turn the printer off and back on between the factory reset, the Z calibration, and then the level. So I had to turn it off 3 times and turn it back on, but it worked. As you can see, the printer is printing again. I cannot believe it. I am so excited, and it really is just a lesson in not giving up, perseverance, and as we tell our kids, it can't get any worse. I already thought the printer was a goner. I thought I was throwing it out and buying a new one. So what did I have to lose by taking it apart? Nothing. What did I have to gain? A working printer.
Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome tech tips. Like this one.